Well, it is time to start the mower project. The wife is not home, so I'm going to work on the project without her, even though this was supposed to be a joint project. It's a little hot in the garage, so we are going to hook up Mr. Blows a Lot, Majorly Dangerous, to circulate some air, because it is about 15 degrees cooler there in the breezeway than it is here in the garage. So we're going to get our extension cord, hook up old trusty Blows a Lot, which might cut off an arm, you just never know, so always got to make sure the kids understand that this thing is, as you can see, I have no cover on my switch, and I've just got some wire nuts making it an extension cord connection point. Plug that baby in and look out! Don't stick your fingers in there, kids! But it moves the air, I tell you. It's loud as all get out, but it sure cools the garage off. Let's get this project started. Alright, so as you guys have seen in a previous video, supposedly this mower has a blowed head gasket. We're making the assumption that that is the truth. We have tried to start it. Battery's obviously dead, so we have went and picked up a new battery. The local Walmart was the only option we had. I think the battery might be a little bit big to truly fit all the way down in the chase, but we're going to put a battery in this sucker and see what happens. Alright, we got the new battery in here. We found out the positive is a 1/2 inch and the negative is a 12 millimeter. So I guess the last guy who worked on it either didn't have the same two terminal ends and or didn't have the same two nuts. So we're going to get this sucker tightened up here and see if the old mower will hit or not. Oh boy. Moment of truth. Let's see what happens. Alright, I've never owned a Skag, so we're going to learn together. Slow, that's the throttle, choke. Looks like that's choke off, that's choke on. So let's put the choke on. Oh, I guess we better check and make sure it's got fuel in it. That'd probably be pretty smart. I think that's right here. Yep, we've got fuel in it. Might be old fuel and we might end up draining it out of there, but for now, let's just see what happens. I think those are supposed to be out for it to start. Parking brake. Well, there's the safety, so that must have to be up. Alright. Deck actuator's off. Oh, looky there! We have liftoff. Whoop. Let's try that again. Anytime I try to give it more throttle than idle, let's choke. Well, let's keep trying. Oh, we were cooking with peanut oil there. We're obviously getting sparking fuel. As soon as I try to take the choke off, it dies. Come on. Who knows how long it's been since this thing has ran. I don't know what the secret is here, but at least we know we got a chance. It's running. That we do know. Well, I'll tell you what, it's not wanting to run all the way, so let's pop this cap off here and see if we get compression. Yep, there was compression in there. We're gonna keep trying here and see if we can make it do more than just idle. We'll be back, but we have hope. All right, so we came over here. I did confirm that our fuel pump is working. Fuel is continuously pumping out of here. So now I'm starting to wonder if there isn't a problem right here with the carburetor. I don't know how long it's been since this thing has ran. It might be gummed up completely, not for sure, but we're going to disconnect this wire here, which looks like somebody has jumpered at some point in time. Sorry about that, camera's in a bad view, sorry. We'll take the bowl off here. We're gonna disconnect this wire. Looks like somebody's jumpered at some point in time. Maybe we'll put a better connection on there. Looks like it's a hot wire. Touching something might create a spark, so we're gonna fix that. We're gonna drain the bowl right up here and see if we can get some good gas in there, if that makes a difference. Well, I think I found our first problem. I've got the key on, the fuel pump is running, just barely dripping any gas out of the needle valve there. The needle valve sits right behind the flapper of the float. When the float goes up, basically closes it off and says, I don't need any more. And then when the float comes down, then the bowl's empty. This being the bowl fills up. Float closes the needle valve off, float goes down, the needle valve allows the bowl to fill up, and like I said, we're pumping gas, but there's not much gas going in. Better fix that first. Alright, I just want to start by saying I am not a mechanic. I'm just tinkering around with stuff enough that I just take it apart and try to figure it out. And if I screw it up, I phone a friend. So we got the carburetor off there. You guys saw that in the time lapse. Underneath of the float here, there's a needle valve. I don't know if you guys can see that thing in there working up and down. But we got to get this pin out of here. I drove it down a little bit with a punch, got it to where it's flush there. So now we're going to try to take a pair of needle nose vice grips and pull it the rest of the way out, hopefully. The end that I did drive down with a punch was chamfered, so I'm assuming the pin comes out this way. Oh yeah! Now we're cooking with peanut oil. Be careful, don't drop the needle valve, Matt. Alright, so that's the float. Right there's the needle valve. That's what goes up and down in this hole. And the carburetor is right side up. And that shuts the flow of fuel off or allows more fuel to come in. So we got to see, this is our fuel inlet, and that's to fill the bowl up. Now we do the old nasty test. Gas does not taste well, but we're going to blow air right there and see if air comes out down there. No air. That's the problem. Now we got to figure out how we're going to get in there and clean that sucker out. Alright, so we took our handy dandy blower, air nozzle, blew it out in the reverse direction. Fuel flows this direction. We blew it the other way. Now I'm going to confirm I've got the gas line hooked up to the carburetor. I'm going to go over and turn the key on, and that should hopefully now shoot fuel out of there. We'll see. Oh yeah, shooting her out there good now. Shut it all over the refrigerator. Actually, you'll have that on the big jobs. Let's put this sucker back together. I almost forgot. We took the needle valve and we cleaned the tip of it also. You can't ever forget to clean your tip. So we did buy an entire overhaul kit. Our bowl gasket is ripped, but the kit does not come with one of those, so we're going to have to reuse this one and hope it doesn't suck too much air. Hopefully it won't. Let's keep putting this sucker back together. We got everything put back together. Got that wire spliced and crimped instead of just a wide open wire twisted around another bare piece of metal. It is the moment of truth. We checked all the fluids just so everyone is aware. We just put some water in the radiator. We know the gas is pumping now through the needle valve properly. Let's see if this sucker will start and run. Oh yes, we put a zip tie on our choke cable because it's missing the plastic insert. We'll just have to pick one of those up later. Well, listen to that sucker purr like a kitten. Tried to give us some throttle and it just died on me. Idles well. Looks like we've got a promising purchase here. See what happens. Well, that thing idles and purrs like nobody's business. Also here in the overflow, I don't see any bubbles. It's shaking it. If I hold that more still, that goes away and I don't see any bubbles out yet, so maybe it just needs to be pieced back together. We shall see. We're going to put the deck on this puppy and see what happens. Alright, so we got the engine running as you saw. It doesn't seem like it's putting a whole lot of compression out there, so we're going to put the deck on it. But I went to put the drive shaft on, which runs the deck, and I lost the keyway. So I found a piece of metal over there in my scrap bin. It almost fits, so we're going to grind that down a little bit, take some measurements with a pair of calipers. We're going to make us a keyway out of this flat piece of metal. Alright, we got our piece of metal started up in there. I'm holding off roughly 1/4 of an inch. I know there's another metal plate that goes up against that. We're going to mark this out with our soapstone. That'll be our length of keyway. And then we'll take our calipers and we'll measure the depth of this groove here, and we'll basically double it. We'll check the groove on the yoke over here to make sure that doubling it doesn't make it too fat, but we basically want a good snug fit between here, right there on that flat, and the back side of that flat. Alright, we got our stuff marked out here. We know that's our length. This is our width. I've squared up these needle nose channel locks. My vise broke, so we get to go with needle nose channel locks. We're going to run our cutoff wheel on our grinder right down the edge of that. That'll be our straight edge. Let's make this sucker. Well, there's a new keyway. Now we just need to clean it up on the bench grinder and make sure it'll fit. Oops. Oh no! We go to clean it up and we drop it in a bucket of oil. God, I gotta clean up my shop. Alright, let's try this again. Well, come on. Gotta get it locked with it sitting on the plate. Well, son of a gun. Not having any luck with it. Ow, that's hot. We'll get it though. Whoop! Perseverance! Perseverance! Don't get mad! See if that does it. Pretty good. Coming out all right. Get our ruler. We want somewhere between 5 and 6 millimeters, which is basically a quarter of an inch. I always start on 10. Ooh, 6.5. Half a millimeter to go. close right there. Take my daggone safety glasses off and I might be able to see better. That is right at 6 millimeters. 6 millimeters. 6. 6. 6. And we know we have our length. We know the thickness was just a little bit off, so I'm going to take the burr off of that. See if we can make it fit. This ain't no professional shop, folks. We just get the job done. Alright, I think that there looks pretty good. Got some nice chamfered corners on it, no burrs. Let's see if she fits. Alright, moment of truth. Got her all slicked up. Oh, my light went off. That didn't help you guys any. Would you looky there? Oh, come on, light. It's just a touch loose that way. Let's see about this way. Oh boy, my light's gonna be a pain in everybody's butt. Might have to tap it in with a hammer, give it a little tap, tap, tap. By golly. Now let's see if our shaft goes on there. Take the e-brake off and let the mower come forward. Come on, you know you want to be nice and easy for me today. Looks like we're lined up. Oh, almost. You know what? Wonder if that daggone set screw. Nope, that's not going to affect us any. It's going to take a little persuasion. It'd help if I had another person, but you know. Come on. Alright. We're going to do something different. We'll be back. Alright, we are really close. Gotta use my phone because my light went dead. Come on. Line up. Oop, too far. Moves my phone on us too, doesn't it? They're gone. Come on, you stupid thing. I think maybe it'll help if I jack the deck up and get rid of that severe angle. Maybe that'll help. We'll be back yet again. Well, instead of jacking it up, I decided to try it from a different angle. I'm going to try to come in from the back side. See if we can get that sucker. Well, one thing that the back side does prove is it's a little easier access. However, I can't see nothing. Literally nothing. I don't know if that keyway. Maybe it's. No, I think the shaft is stuck. I'm going to get it lined up. I greased it. it lined up and bring the deck to it. That's what's going to happen. Persuade it. Yeah. Well, I couldn't get it by myself, but I recruited, oh wait, I was shining a flashlight on her. I recruited some help. Good job, Riley. We got it started. Now we gotta get these pins in here. Why are you leaving for? I might not be done with you yet.
I'm tired.
Well, I know you played softball tournament all weekend, but I need you to move this deck around. Push it back to me, Sam. On my side only.
Back to you.
Yeah. Hold that. A little more. Oh. Looks like you need to go to that side over on the opposite side and pull it out just a little bit.
Towards me.
Yep. Oh. Really sucks that my other light went dead. Back a little bit, the opposite way. Oh, right there. Should be a little bolt over there that goes in the end of these. Should be two that are the exact same size that are smaller.
They're all different.
Give me the shorty.
There's this.
That's a nut. There's only 3 bolts, not 4. I might have to get one out of the scrap bin over here. Thank you. One bolt of many. Alright, so that's got the drive shaft on. I got to push it up on there just a little bit further, but we've got it. Oh, maybe not. I don't think we got it. Well, it went up on there, but I think we broke the shaft, the slip yoke free back there. So it might just slip up on there now. Well, thanks to the help of softball tournament playing Riley, we got the deck on there. We got the spline, or the yoke on and tight. We got the bars on. Now it's time to test it. I know I said at the beginning of this video that this thing had a blowed head gasket, but it is not. It's not boiling back as much as what I thought it would with the temperature, the water temperature coming all the way up. So I think we're going to take it out for a spin and see what happens. Well, we got the old piece of crap all together. We'll see what happens. Moment of truth. Oh, we're moving. We don't want to be moving. Alright, apparently I might get on this thing. Let's see what happens. definitely going to have to make some adjustments here, because it does not really want to stop until I put the e-brake on, which isn't necessarily a huge problem, but we're going to mow with it a few times, see what happens. If we got to put a head gasket on, you guys will find out. What do you think, Grace?
I think it starts like a good. It starts good.
Starts good? Piece of crap mower starts good? You went and helped me pick it up, didn't you?
Yeah. It was a while ago.
So far, so good.
It was
All right.
a while ago still.
What do we tell them?
Like, subscribe, and turn on those notifications.
And don't
Bye.
forget to comment.